Hi, and welcome to this video introducing the Data Lifecycle at Work guide. This guide has been designed to help you negotiate for stronger data rights for workers. It has been developed by PSI with support from the Friedrich Ebert Stiftung as part of the Our Digital Future project. We created the Data Lifecycle at Work to help workers and their reps understand and then map how their employer collects and uses workers' data, and then how to identify potential issues for negotiation to ensure workers' rights. It is a good resource to have as you prepare collective bargaining demands or identify policy gaps and needs. Workers' data rights are really poorly defined in the vast majority of the world's data protection regulations. Workers who are covered by the European GDPR have more rights than many others. Use them. If you're not covered by the GDPR, don't skip this section. Have a look at it and get inspired. So let's take a look at the guide. It is logically structured in 4 phases. We will now go through each of them in turn. The first phase covers what data the employer is collecting, through which tools, and importantly, from which sources. You have the right to know this. If you don't by law, this is your first negotiation step. It links strongly to our co-governance of algorithmic systems guide, specifically the transparency theme, so check that out too. When you get to negotiations, define your boundaries for these tools and the data sources. For example, find out whether the employer can gather data outside working hours via an app that you have been required to install on your mobile phone. If so, negotiate around that app, its purpose, the data it may and may not collect, and when. Phase 2 has to do with what the employer then uses this data for. You should have the right to know whether, for example, location or social media data are used in an employee evaluation. If you don't have the explicit right to know, negotiate it. This phase has lots to do with the facts employers are creating based on your data. For example, they can combine lots of data, such as when you log into the system, log out, where you are, your age, tenure, productivity, and more, to create profiles about you and your colleagues. These profiles are called inferences in tech language. They can have an immediate effect on you, you get fired, or they can be fed into systems in the future to evaluate future workers. Negotiate here for the right of access to these inferences and how they are used. Phase 3 is all about where is the data stored and who else has access to it, i.e. under which jurisdiction is your data stored, and are there third parties who have access to your data so they can use it for other purposes. This phase is important as you need to know whether your personal data is moved to other jurisdictions and can be used by other parties. Our recommendation is that you try to negotiate a full right ban on third parties' right to repurpose your data and sell it, for example. This leads us to the last phase. Phase 4 is all about what happens to your data after it has been used. Ideally, we should all try to negotiate a ban on the selling of our data. The Financial Services Union in Ireland has managed to negotiate this into one of their agreements. In California, workers and consumers have the right by law to ban the selling of data sets that include their personal data. We should all be inspired by this to stop our personal data and the inferences made from being sold or given away to others. Demand here that management is transparent around this too. This concludes the Data Lifecycle at Work guide. Hopefully it has inspired you to begin asking management questions about the collection, analysis, storage, access and offboarding of data sets that include your personal data or personally identifiable information. As always, do contact PSI staff with feedback or questions.